SAW just eliminated FaZe from the IEM Cologne playoffs in their first ever series in an arena. And not only that, they were actually able to beat FaZe on their own map pick of Inferno, a map they're extremely good at. And this was a very convincing win of 13-6 as well. So let's take a look to see exactly how they did it. Arizdace starts off the round by throwing a smoke that will land towards the bottom of Banana. The purpose of the smoke is to make it easier for the B players, Ujurx and Roman, to play aggressive and take the space without the possibility of being opped from stairs or just having anyone peeking from down there. But before peeking down Banana, the B players make sure to clear out the extra space with 2 mollies, a nade, as well as a flash. This utility from SAW makes it extremely easy for them to take the space and to get the info that there's really no one headed towards B. But something that you should notice from this round is that they're not overly aggressive after taking the initial space. They get the info and then re-smoke it, and once they re-smoke it, Ujurx is going to instantly rotate towards A and leaves Roman with a smoke so he can just continue to block the space with his smoke. But now let's take a look as to what is happening on the A site. The A players start off with some light utility towards mid, and then once the B players start to play a little bit aggressive towards Banana, Story's going to actually end up blocking off mid with smoke, and then rotates all the way back over to Library. Arizdace and Muterus get into position towards Balcony and Pit, and are pretty much ready to block any sort of execute that is planned by FaZe. And FaZe ends up going into an A execute, but SAW have been prepared for this because they already have a 4th player on the way from B, and there's just no way that FaZe could take the site. All this was able to fall into place because the B players played aggressive with the instant stairs smoke and took the space very early on to the round, and they were able to confirm that FaZe wasn't towards Banana, and they're likely going to be heading towards A. And because they took the space, they were able to re-smoke it and just block it with an additional 2 smokes, which accounts for about 44 seconds. And because they were able to confirm that there was no presence towards Banana, SAW was able to confidently stack 4 towards A site and also prepare themselves for an execute by FaZe. Overall, this round is perfectly played by SAW, and the setup is something that you can copy into your games as well. Heading into round 6, we see it starts off very similar to round number 4 with the instant smoke on stairs, but this time SAW are going to be putting 3 towards B, including the op. SAW is going to be throwing their Banana utility to clear out the space, and then they're going to boost the op with the hopes of catching Frozen off guard, but he is too aware. Once the boost is spotted, SAW is going to decide to cancel the boost completely, and Ujurx, which is the 3rd player on B, will throw his smoke down Banana, and he's going to instantly rotate as fast as he can over towards the A site. Story and Roman are then going to get into position to block any type of B execute that FaZe might try and pull off, with Story holding the op angle from CT, and Roman having a smoke ready to block them off from the top of the box. As we head to around the 50-second mark in the round, we see things are starting to get a little antsy on the A site. There is no info towards B, and the A players no longer have control of apartments at top mid, so in preparation of an execute, Arizdace will smoke off Balcony, and Muterus will get into position on site. FaZe make the choice to execute on A through lane, and as this happens, Arizdace begins to chain his utility at them, but look at how he mollies default. Because of the molly on default, Rain will then have to smoke it, and that actually plays in favor of SAW completely. Because Muterus is still in the A bomb site, and he was able to play around it and move freely around the bomb site completely, getting 2 free kills. One of these kills being the one that canceled the bomb plant, which was huge because the other 2 players from B were basically rotated in by now. Overall, this was an extremely tough round for FaZe to close out, and SAW had almost perfect positioning in this scenario. Heading into round 8, SAW start with the exact same setup as the previous rounds and have the plan of taking Banana space early. However, this time they're actually going to end up getting challenged by FaZe. Roman and Ujurx are able to take the space relatively easily, but Kerrigan then flashes Frozen and Brokey through the stairs smoke, and luckily for Roman, he wins the duels easily, giving SAW a massive 5v3 advantage early into the round. Ujurx immediately rotates onto A after Roman gets the picks, and Roman is able to grab another smoke off of Frozen's body, which is huge, especially if you're going to be solo on B site. Because of having this additional smoke, Roman is able to just jump spot Banana from top car and hold B all by himself without a problem. And while jump spotting, he ends up spotting Rain and then immediately backs up to site and is ready to block off any sort of execute with that remaining smoke. And at the same time, Kerrigan throws a smoke that lands top mid, and Muterus completely decides to disrespect it and catch a quick flank on the Banana players, which wins SAW the round. While SAW played B site almost flawlessly this round, I do have a question. Why would Kerrigan throw this top mid smoke? To me, throwing this top mid smoke seems to be a pretty obvious tell that FaZe is going to end up ending B, because why else would they want to block that space, especially during the previous rounds when FaZe would end up A almost all the time and they're executing through lane. I'm just not entirely sure on why Kerrigan would do that, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Heading into round 9, SAW decided to switch it up a little bit, play a little bit more aggressive, but towards apartments. We see Story and Arizdace basically run into apartments, and Story sets up the op onto the stairs, while Arizdace will hold office. Arizdace is able to get the pick onto not only Rain, but Brokey as well, and then loudly run down to Boiler. Kerrigan hears this and makes the play to run over stairs, to only find out that Story is still holding the angle, and well, he gets caught. This is a pretty cool setup that you could run literally any of your duo queues or even team games, especially if you find that the team that you're playing against is taking control in apartments very early into the rounds. Heading into round 12, we're going into the final round of the half. We see another super aggressive play from SAW. We see Arisdase throw a bottom mid smoke and Udrix throw the bottom banana smoke as well. Arisdase runs down mid towards the smoke and holds alt mid, hoping to catch any players off guard. And while he's holding this, Robs basically walks straight into him, giving Arisdase the free kill before getting traded up by Rain. But usually getting a 1-to-1 trade on CT really isn't the best case scenario. However, Arisdase not only got the kill on Rops, but also got all the info that FaZe were not leaning towards mid and there weren't any players in apartments, which was crucial info for SAW and led them to making the next play. Mutas made the decision to smoke top mid, which hopefully was going to delay any sort of plans by FaZe, and while that was happening, Udrix was actually pushing all the way through apartments and he completely cleared alt mid. This confirmed that FaZe wasn't indeed going to end towards B, and this led to Mutas rotating as well. SAW were able to stack 3 towards B and have an extremely fast flank from Banana, which made this B site retake significantly easier for them. And once again, this was another really well executed round from SAW, and they end up ending the half 8-4 on FaZe's map pick. Heading into the 18th round of the game, we see a rather textbook round from SAW. Udrix initially puts pressure towards Car, while Story ends up smoking arches from T-spawn, and due to FaZe not putting a lot of pressure onto Banana, SAW was able to scale up relatively quickly. SAW then performed a pretty textbook B execute with a coffin and CT smoke, along with site mollies and flashes. This led to them taking B site with ease and closing out another round, bringing the game to a match point. Heading into round 19, we're going into the final round of the game. FaZe were in a tough spot with only a mix of MP9s and pistols to work with. And thankfully for SAW, they kept their default slow and allowed FaZe to make their own mistakes, rather than rushing into some sort of finisher type round that we see a lot of teams perform. SAW opened the round fast with aggressive pressure towards Car and Banana, which caught Frozen completely off guard. This gave SAW a lot of space to work with, and it even pulled a CT rotate from one of the A players. And while SAW looked like they were leaning towards B, Arisdase was lurking in apartments and ended up catching Rain out of place and completely off guard, which led to SAW completely rotating everyone back towards A and finishing it there. And with FaZe being on a low buy and how hard sites are to retake on Inferno, as soon as Arisdase got that kill on Rain, it was pretty much game over. SAW was able to clean up the round easily, and they were able to take map 1 of the series on FaZe's map pick of Inferno. I think this map really showed how diverse of a team SAW really is when it comes to their style of play, because you can see them play super aggressive rounds like that setup in apartments or even pushing down mid, while in other rounds they have perfect protocols when, well, their aggressive plays just simply don't work out. This series actually ended up going to map 3 on Nuke, and if you watched my previous video, you know that SAW is one of the best Nuke teams in the world right now, and well, they brought FaZe to overtime and closed it out. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you want to see more videos like this, especially from IEM Cologne, let me know down in the comments below and I'll try to keep popping these out for you guys. But anyways, hope you guys did enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.